So one of the first things that occurs as you walk through and you walk into this program is that there is a sense, we talk about how space communicates, and there is such a calm sense in the building. And it's not just because of the materials that are chosen. It's not just because of the colors, although very much care was given to those elements. As we walk into a classroom, you can really sense how the children are firmly engaged in what they're doing, how they are accepted. There is, while behavior isn't perfect, we saw a lot of children very engaged in their materials and working very cooperatively with each other.
Nothing could be about putting something up on the wall, but it had to be about how we live with children in the spaces together and explore. I always say we don't ever decorate our classrooms. We always document instead. This is one of our toddler rooms, and I especially like to bring people into this room because I think it does such a good job of conveying how capable and competent we see even our youngest students, that is our image of the child, and this is a place where they can play and learn and make choices and interact with their environment.
So Sharon, when you and I met and first started working on accreditation, one of the things that we talked about was how you were attempting to integrate the Reggio and the creative curriculum along with accreditation.
Yeah, and it turned out to come really naturally and be really easy to put the three together because they complement each other so well. And all of them are pieces of our identity and how quality plays into that identity. Creative curriculum has you launch studies based on children's interests, and Reggio gives us more information on what that looks like and where to start and how to have those conversations with children. And then accreditation just felt like such a natural fit when we were learning more about the standards. There wasn't anything that we had to really give up or change. It just gave us a framework to continue what we really see as a continual path of talking about quality and learning about what does a high quality approach to early childhood look like, and continuing to learn and to live that.
I was drawn to, of course, the Reggio philosophy and to seeing it not just, as a cookie cutter pedagogical approach, but something that was evolving and living and that had drawn other thinkers to this center as educators. What is the most effective practice for young children, for early childhood education, which was the sort of Reggio, people coming together as thinkers and saying, what can we do to prepare children as future citizens? And I felt that very strongly here. Of course, that aligns also with Jewish values and the quest to question, to engage in the world and to think about how you can be the most, how you can build your own potential to contribute the most in the most positive way to the world.
And no year ever looks alike because of that curriculum. And we leave it very open-ended and very Reggio inspired in the sense that we want the kids to come up with what they want to learn, and we draw off that.
Basically, this is a dollhouse with no walls, and so what we decided to do was take the dollhouse away and leave everything inside so they could use it making their own dollhouse. And what wound up happening was, if you can see, the whole entire carpet is being used to build whatever they want, and there's no confinement of a structure to keep them from their creativity.
One of the things I think that makes us a quality program is the way that children lead our explorations. Our curriculum isn't teacher directed. We don't come in and say, now today children, we're going to talk about triangles. Perhaps we notice a child has an interest in a triangle shaped block, and that interest is really great, and the interest becomes so great that it inspires another child to look at shapes, and then we start looking at more shapes, and then the study grows and grows, but that the original inspiration for where we take our work in the classroom comes from the children. So the popsicle sticks offer opportunities to use small motor strength and to build small motor strength to just push it in, right? And they also, what I love about them is that they are open-ended, meaning that these don't tell you how to use them right away. Eli, what is this part right here?
That's the mustache.
That's the mustache, of course. And what about up top? What parts are those?
That's those are that so the arms and these are the
And
necks.
what about up here? What are those parts?
Oh, those are the eyes.
Oh, what
That's
color?
the neck.
That's the neck.
When we started this process, the space did not look anything like this.
No, it didn't.
You started in a much older space.
Yeah.
And it was a chance you actually became accredited in an older space.
We did.
Which was a monument to that concept of it's about the quality of the program, it's not about the touches in the environment.
It was important to me that everybody understand that it was not this beautiful space that makes our program, but that instead we had a beautiful high quality program that was now moving into an external space that matches who we are.
And created such an interesting community partnership that you guys, as a Jewish program, rented space in a Unitarian church. And then, as you were telling me as we were walking, when you were getting ready to leave the space and come back here, there was another program coming in behind you.
Yeah, which happened to be a Muslim program, actually a childcare that was starting up. Yeah.
And so
We donated a lot of materials to them because there were things that we didn't need anymore.
So I think one of the key features was the sense of community here. The sense that the teachers were deeply committed, dedicated to the children, to the relationships with the children, to loving the quirks, to really figuring out who is this learner. They were committed to each other. So we have an incredible collaboration here, a collegiality that's not always the case at places. And
Big reason why I love working here is that we have a terrific community, and all the teachers and parents here really communicate with each other and are really welcoming and sweet to each other, and you always feel welcomed when you come to the ECC. So.
I didn't even know that a job could make you this happy and be so fulfilling, and have the support that we have from the management or from our leadership.
In terms of quality, one of the things that is most important to us is our teachers. We have assembled an amazing staff of teachers and have made it a priority to attract and to retain the highest quality teachers and giving them a lot of support. And one of the things too that I found really valuable in this whole discussion through our accreditation and talking about the piece about teacher relationships with children, we are always a place that has taken those relationships very seriously and prioritized them, but MnAEYC really helped us to pay even more attention to that and have more conversation about that.
The more we get together, the happier we'll be.
Rose, your smile is so awesome.
really, I couldn't stress enough how deeply I believe that becoming part of a professional field means you are just entering into that world of thinking together. And when you are accredited by an organization like MnAEYC, it means you are joining together with the thinkers in the field. And you have an opportunity to affirm what you're doing, but also to bring it up a notch, to say, what are others doing? How can we learn from each other? You increase your accountability, you increase your rigor, and because you have access to these incredible resources across the country, and really as we move forward internationally, early childhood has gained incredible importance across the policy world and international education as well. So to be part of that pioneering, not as something, as a mark of achievement, but as a mark of beginning a journey with other early childhood educators.